Jubilee this 1st August.
Hey.
And my wife just celebrated her birthday on Monday, 15th.
You look like each other too. Oh, congratulations.
Thanks you.
And this is beautiful.
Thanks.
Hey.
It's the doing of the Lord.
1 year per 2 years when you are complaining. 15 years. But tell me, how has the journey been so far?
My dear, it's not easy.
Tell me
From the
about
beginning,
it.
It wasn't easy, but the grace of God has sustained us to this level. Se me twa mani akomachi na mahwe ne ma si ya. Me ne me yiri hia mre kakra ansa ya ware. Na mami ya hye no nkom se ni kunu yosofo.
Oh, okay.
16 good years na hu sa asofo die no me.
Wow.
And ebia no minua bi kobim. Ebia na me ba bi kobim. Family tunu for ansa yakọ asem so. Sa 16 years no, you worry 5 years later, and then started pop up. I am misunderstanding. On entering one so country I minti. Akumana kruya ko bosoro. And then to me jawari.
Hey.
Say, Diana ese nyame wo sentia abasa. And then Tony saw jamia medwasi.
Hey, Tony.
It sounds mede asem to so, but minua na anhwe asem am de to no so. Nenso ogusu ye minua e wo nyame mu.
Oh. I don't know if camera could zoom in. I could me who say inisio abaweni ase because I say o asem bia wo pese like o pese will come because e bia niam bebre esi. I know if you're listening to us, of course I'll just try to interpret this for you, and he tells me that before they got married, his wife had been informed that she would marry a pastor or a man of God. But as at the 15 or 16 years, they hadn't, like, it took that while before they actually met. And within the 5 years of getting married or being married, he tells me that it wasn't an easy thing for them. And not being easy, as in, he said most of the time, he was always upset. Anything she says, it's like it was nothing to understand or even discuss. And he says that he wants to thank one man who obviously, due to some reasons, he put an issue on him. But today, he wants to thank him for whatever he did for them. I hope, Chino, I interpreted it well.
Why
Ah, okay. Said the outcast, Messa about her, but Mamma called Mrs. Honor. Mrs. Me patcher to say. Ah, a year near to the beer, ye Cassa, ye see ye ma, yen yakuma yetting. Na said ya me share said ya ukunu Cassaya, or Cassana in his shoe cacra abete or nature say, or donity. A biwo now, wow, we said ya was sitting munadeno. Osha mo doni de we are mo starti bibia na etesen.
Oh, make us in your adom na ye. Yes, that's a ye no yala. But one say upon someone got on shed down power. And na nyame ebotaye say oba or berma would do pay him fisia. There was say around the line no a chibi boy. By a certain boy, you know, Mampa about. Miss Original. Essenya, me say, dear Bibia Abba, a ya sortia, a rebo, our rinimuno. Omianka Sabe Manesaso. Na ajo. Na Yamiadum. Yamiadum.
Minim say a biana a ya sembia a seer, Nanso say a to the bia a bibia was a ye foot you. Emma ebia bema na oba wo munya na wo mo be start aware ebia na wasema wo beka no obi wo mu sisia nso onim de onye enti ebia mepese wo be cheche mo ebia eden na eba ye asembe na esiye ema mo hu se se na asem we kura ye betimi esiesi na nso hwe ya bre kakra na emum ye esiesi ama aware ejina
along the line no Tama ye worry me mama efimu.
Okay.
Na me at the age of 10 years. Okay. Nti na Mr. Kra. nti me auntie no ma na me no won etena ya nti I quite remember say ye call ye okoye me ho ade me ne na ka kire me say me hwe say kona America no me nsan me echi emfi aware no mu esan say mako kantem ewo ote no muti me say for better
for worse
nti dia etibia no
you have to stay in
me mani senia metumi atena aware no na me won cheche bia ya me ne youth ne aware fo ne ade echa ma to me say you have to learn how to maintain your spouse senia etibia no e wo se wo sua senia wo betumi akora ade no e wo aware ne mu enti one faithful day me ne nyina ya adwuma ba
yes you're both men man and woman of God
ye ko adwuma ye pon a ye nyina na ye sam ba fie dakro ye bedu fie o se wo me hwa wo ne bra na obo ni din sisia no wo ne wo bibi
ajay hey
and I'm say how it's okay ye no in fact na me feel say ya agro bi no di nti me de yes so man fa no we bia efe ewo mu na wasan aboso bio nti be 2-3 days for 1 week na I say
there were a lot of changes the way you relate to each other yeah.
Nti na efe me de mani to form na me hwade sister na enye easy
I can imagine
efe be 1 month kono me ni me kru kasa
he won't listen
on fie me on hwe manim chop money cross sorry efe di na on yibi emfa nto table so na chese ohun say we si no bo say opese oye ne nyobo nti eja mi ye kom fiti asen na ye start na fe nsam no na menena ye ohene menena pehen ye ohene ye di ade ofi nti e start ye no man kasa man comprenia mobia na me ba aware ni mu no o ma me hu say tone ne ye ne best friend na tone ne na change ne life bebre ama na bedu ba bia wadu nti na fe say me wo problem bia ono because na ono so yo bia waware ewo owo aware munimdie esan wo nyame munimdie nti instead of say meko bi fofo ho meko onu momo ho because otini nua berema no ase nti bibi ni na ma akono ho tone asem say you e na wo bra nti ye beye ne den ebi was grade si fa ye say me so okay na my nti agisa asem no I how me a che ansa na makono ho nti e wo modi asem no to me so na
we die
anu odin asem a wo bra kan ni also emfiri no na oyo bi ono okasa okasam na okano just okato na wasori so onfa ho sister fe na yedidi mu na na ni yede
we di empaibo
na eja mi wo mu me ye ne den mentumi nkoka nche me auntie no
you can't go and tell anybody
me father also because of me mama feel money to no wan worry bi what's a baby when you say me send ya na me do wo mama enti sa na send ya odo ne tenti me pese ono so beti say bibi sa koso enti na bibi ani ana ma aka ma anua enti didi mu ama ekopie wo mene no hin nanim ofre me call you say me do wo say den samfo na odi ni sa no sa na yetete wo sa na ye kire wo ye the bible na tete wo ye the chro na ma wo ye the nyame asem hina na kire
and then mudi ti heyo and I still see that teary eyes of Reverend because I can tell that this is really something they had to go through a lot. Now I'll just summarize it in briefly so that you get to understand what we've been discussing. So they've been married for 16 years and he tells me that the first 5 years was indeed tough. And in narrating what actually happened between that 5 years, she was accused by her husband Reverend that literally she was cheating with his friend. and it looks like that was not the incident. But of course, you know how life is, the whole back and forth, a woman having to fight for it to also prove that it was not true. I think that was what actually took them through that 5-year journey of trying to to make them both understand that there was nothing of the sort. Now she tells me that it took her years and months of prayers before today. It's like things have worked out. They have walked past it. And I know that some people, perhaps in the house, have stories like this. They're in it. They are still in it. It might not be true, but how do you work around it so that things like this will not come between you and your spouse? And that's a conversation we are having. Perhaps you might want to call in to share or say something with regards to what we are sharing this morning. So for Reverend, Sisia, wadan for ya, wo kana say minim say ebia you've been able say wo hunu one-on-one na ebia wasre bonifacha na enne na wo betna TV so a wo be ka che ne so ebia manye ne yie nti wo de enye hwe medase.
Medase oh asembisa na wabisa me. Tony me ban cry obaye me nua obaye me bia na along the line I'm saying me nua trans kasai say enua no, but I felt within me say SM Sandy Jantoa edema me nua no because you try to so ya ebia me no ode ye me na on na de ye de me de ye no ode ye me a ebia nka me nkasa ne ho bi ba me danya me asema na brabo because oyobi ote asema se odo nyame and me know me ho se bi shia no.
I like this. This is really touching. I mean, show say waiting me at na your platform yi so na wo de ada wadan fast na o mani hu say e your do e bibi na e bi esi yen but nyame adom sisi a bibia aye okay. Ene me hwa wo na wo yere a se de e fe na odo de obi beka minim se mo ya awarefo mo nyina mo di do ne bibia but sofo ewe na ye ka odo a ya yen binim bebre na ebi mu kra se ebi ni ho ebi mu so se wo ho the wi bia wo be handle mo ya sofo tede bia ye kra ye nkwala kra se na sofo kro ware no ware a one ne yire den no mo ye enka wo senka mo de mo hyede ma na mo ofia mpai bonko a na mo fe nyame but odo no mo ye den etna se na mutumi ka mo asem mo di ne kware ewo aware no e na se bia ba efie ade yen so a wan na kire wo ye se wo manye se me kwasoro wo tena fie ya na odo no etesen ewo montem.
Mama me dasi na asembisa anodin but Bible can say me Genesis chapter 2 verse number 24 no. I said therefore a man shall leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife. See ware wo nyame mu a ade ba ko hia na yentumi entu hwana mo eyenti ase. Me dom here pa eye bibia in common. Yeah. You nante ko shop ekopam ade. Edu nyame adwuma nyame nhira me yire.
Oh. My goodness. I'm blushing.
Ojinamachi. O friend by no ma mi mpo me da. Say me koye adwuma ebia eye impromptu na ma from me say me koye ade say oh honey try me no obeko. Na me kono me ye adwuma na ojinachi no de mpaibo time achi a me hu say nyame tumi eye adwuma. Ya wofia yete ho ase. Me obi a to be honest with you not kakra. Say you organize if you mention that nyade.
Upefie adwuma.
Baby. But me re bo organize fie. Me re obi a owo kamo nkrofo otenanim. Enye ha no tenanim. Bonse ni so ni ba nya hwe me kai ateti biam de abayo afamu
a. Oh.
Nyame nhira no. No man nkwatenten.
Hey.
Me sebe ma bia se a ode ne yire kwa ateti mu. Se nyame e wo ya fande a. Onsan enko na chi.
I feel teary, and maybe I would like to go on a quick break to get a tissue for my guest because it looks like well, my producers want me to continue. I know that it is not easy. I know that it is not easy to, sometimes be able to tell stories of this nature. And you know, whilst I was looking for tissue, look at this. His beautiful wife stretches and gives him one so that he can wipe his tears. And this is what I call love. And it looks like when it starts at the beginning of everything, it starts with so many things. And sometimes if you're not careful, you just go out of it. But they have been able to be in it for 16 years. And today he sits here to give that testimony of how good his wife is and the fact that he's made her go through a lot of things, but in all, he's encouraging men that, listen, if you want the best from a woman, you will get it. And that is what he's gotten today, to share his story and share tears. Right here on Joy Prime on our relationship talk show today. I am so happy and I feel so happy about it because it's not easy. Now, me pacho mo woma.
Mpacho you.
Pacho mo woma he.
Woma mi.
Woma mi. Woma enyi.
Mpacho you.
Hey.
You're 27 and 23.
Hey. When him na me hwe wa, you look too young. Hey, who won 23 and 27?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Omo ye mema na ma. Emma. Anyway, dear, we get it to a muye pass, said, I will see Canasa media.
Men Canada.
How?
Bema be been your bat to Samira. Sofu be been your bat to Samira. I can imagine man and yet.
Amen.
Yet me and you may be brave because of a cray. The old shopper or to the oyasi, and to the mayasi. Sometimes, Odi nyame adwuma bata adwuma wo ye ho obi o issue obedru ha ye yemi nja adwuma ye nya time ama nipa no ene nipa na kasa ebi o ha the whole day nipa na kuma to ne yemu a yenso ye ni age e komede ya yemi nti ye ho asese kom na die no e your friend adwuma no komede ye me yire company one day that say daddy ade na ma komede me nti metia na sinisuo temia enye se fene yeme metini ntia mi sunase mami ababo so agina machi bra emu odin na ni da so sign mami ne babo so e dem paibo gina machi and one thing about me that me penasem na me don more sister obana me not we din koma me jire enye nukuntwini because what ejuma na me ye na se and ejuma no so nye esan so yo different no me no din koma e din se me ka chen say asem say nam no waka
wow wow hey wakasa o hey bema wakasa me fe oba na me bisa asemo na wan kasa to be otna sna wodwen ho woda na pa enwumre mumienu nyina moda na ade chi ade esana mo sorry na say bia wo kai niam bia mafam e bia de why because say bia o kasa say o de wa fa kwan bi bebre but next wo gusu gina nechi wan kasa wo hono metere bia ma bi wo ho mutimo osum kakra e bia na o hono ma eye ne wo kra me ye obi wa wo so da na wo sorry de bia na one ne wo hono wan kasa how do you feel about it?
Oh, me so na mu na manage say me who say masenya me kunu back na me who say dia nyame nkrofo e kan ye no abemu ama sese otumi di ye adwuma egina atigira fofora e ma manage wo ho bebre ma me de nyame aso wo ho bebre wo ho sometimes ma ye aware ne begina egina ma yenso enjina ejina yenso denti na mekasa ema once ye pade na ebi wo hwa yetumi bre ye ho ase senya ye be fa ye ho senya ye be ye ho but ye senya ka wia na efe ya nato no ejajaw mu ba se wudo nipa ne dia ende brebi e wo se utumi ema saade no ejina no wo aware ni mu na ye odo no wo se odo kata bone duduo nyina eso enti se wutumi be hu se odo na wo dedo nipa no na wo do nyame no etumi kata bone duduo nyina so dia ende na emfa ho ne dia oberema ne beye wo e wo se wonya mu abotre wonya mu otwen se me ne be ko a me ne nko wo abontin o debi o ode so mu no e ya me ne da na ma abonu di me pa che na wo ya adise anya me de mampe and se me kai de ode ayem na bia ye wo ho a obon se bia ye toa na makai na makofa ba ne nyina ye di asre ye the best wa mo fa no be the best ye na mo fa ne bi wo ho na wona kofa ba obon na wo se wona wo didi agura na wona pa mu he na ye di aye so
ye ni age minim se mo kan se mo mba na wo mo no wo kan se ba ko edi 23 na ba ko edi 27 me pa cho na me bi se e bia mo wo mo ansa na mo be ye marriage na aware no official because obi wo ho no ma owo ma mo wo ma e bia mo betena bo mo wo ma na e bia echi no na afi mo timi akoye mo wedding mo engagement na ade ana say mo ye ne sen because ne ye calculation ne kakra ma ware 15-16 years kwala so hwe mo age a ye
it's 16 years
inti me pesi me bisa say enti say mo wo mo ansa na mo ware
awo ne ba mu ansa
na okay na chesa awo ne ba mu ansa na sofo when you say I mean sofo we dey minim say ye yere wa ha but tore bia mema dey tore bia na wo mo fufa baby minim say bia mesra wo anya bia wa ka oba foforo da wo so wo yere sere
mema eya ne pese di ntro ba no kro nyame anim me ka she rade anunyam say the past 10 years me fa yesu yi no anu de adwona sipi but before then na me notorious kakra
na cheso de uhuma na wo hwe
I say abusunya bi wo firi mu a eya o say mapel but ya bodua no me nti wo say eja ye nti eba so eye bi ba ne nyina mu no ene na ma manage me yere ho me yere nhwe say me kun atu anama we da nti ene so anama otu no betimi atu sa anama but odigidie odo oma na homre so obre no ho ase
ami na me pa cho ba wonso so minim say be ma de ono anu wokunu but ohwe amu yes ye one nanti a wo pa chese wonso hu be ma bia be ka say me die asem feelings kakra bi wo ho sa no
pa cho say bia me fa mi kunya chidie eno de ware pa de menye bi da enti afi nyina be ma ba ko pe ononko a say before me be ware ne de eno de ansana me be shia no ne de and when say and yes trial wow but say ye worry wie pa say debi but me hunye nti a me finichi na me wiam e no me kwa fan no me and like by lock they are bekano and my bibio ye bia no entumi ye fe engine
hey reverend
sister
minim say enye easy aware de ebimu besiness okofa aware nkomo ba ya na ebi kura njintumu sa aware de ebeye yeda na mwasema na pe mwakan de minim say de ebia omo a wo mo hwe ye mpo no say de wo mbeti ase afa ana se wo mo ko bibi mu mpo a wo mo beka say ma yenku yenjina ne yenku ma ye ho say de be ya ebeye yi say bia wo afuti obi a wo pese wo tu obi wo a wo hwe yen sisi a e de afuti pa na obetu na afa aware ho na mo wi mebisa ne ta hyenkom
okay
wait what's the question because what's the bisa mo anti sisi a de nti me pese
no di for obashe hyenkom
sawo ho
ba san yakọ wa hyenkom na ba ko beka ha ne
sawo ho
and na beka ha na wako
medasi adie biara e wo fa pem papa no ne boarding na me kasa che me matitru etoda enanu ekohia oba fofora eye ye se oba na oni ye brɛ no sabi wagimi asamka mabehia okala daso
kama
me ne meyire nso ya bra che
ampa
adwuma ninti empementi ne so onye niam bi ese so oye nso adwuma nti me behia no me kwado me refi se bebiam jene no backbone bi na epega me aduru bebiam aduru no mema mesre asamba yentwe ye boase se me ne me sister ka sei oye made na mbubefu amedwen wo se se me na me oye me a
ebe odana
anka ebe me dana akwa mebu eye afu no mebu fu a ede na de beba the bible say odo kata boni dodo so odo emma ne homre so odo nya pesem nkuminya enne gana memma yimbebre akoye pesem kunya me na mwatenka oba no ni atenka mesra meka yento ye boase e wade nyina mu bible say yempentem enti ni yenya kasa se saade ne ba ware mu a na me kai ba bia me hia mere na me kai bo sha ewonyame mu a o se age so wuo ena betete yentem e basa emfa won de aba yemi no betumi atan kokom akan asem amani je aba me ne me ira ware mfie mretintin ni but me ne na man krofo fi se ye ware ye kra inu na wotwe
entiase ena eno so briefly no anase kakakra bi yenso ye bepese won so efuti obi wo hono ma me patcho no wetu ye nkrofo yenso amaye
patcho kakra meka che emma ebi ehweme anase etie mi ne se ade nyina mu no yento ye mboase se wo hu se wukunu ni oba bi enama wo ye den a wo ye wukuna okwa onkoka bonten ho obesen abafi to boase obedu a wonene nkasa enye mufra anim enye namfo anim na mmom awura mu dan mu no dia eha wo bia no wonene ayeden aka na minim se ne saa ye mu no se woto boase wade nyina mu a nyame nso woto nsafre na obebe mu sometimes obi be ka chuso obompa na eche ahane enye se nyame entie mpaibo otie na mmom oye na ade bia ewo ne bere emu ene senia opese oye no yento yemboase ni yembre ye ho ase se dia tro no eka no Ephesians 5:21 o se submit into oba na yen e wose yetumi ye den ebre ye ho ase wo sika se wo kronkra bra wo ho ase na manyame anum asem entumi wie peye
me one message be wa Richmond or say I'm touched by this and have learned a lot from this few minutes. God bless them and help me to live like them. I wish to talk with the woman after the program. Hey, menya obi also nyaya nko betimi ne watwetwe nkomo na Frank de menim baby ofri but or say chese me Frank I will interpret it. Say Frank pese bia me cheche mu e bia nkomo na ye di wa hanom. And I know a few of you probably because of the tree language, but I just want you to know that this amazing couple has been married for 15 to 16 years now. They have two amazing daughters. One is 23, one is 27. And obviously, they've been sharing marriage experiences with us. And they tell me that at the early stages of the marriage, that was the 5 years into the marriage, it was quite tough because a few things happened because the husband accused the wife of cheating with his best friend. But today, this man sits here. He said even though he has met his friend, they've spoken about it, they've trashed things out, they've moved on. Even till today, he sat here today to apologize to his friend that it wasn't, he said he was not happy when it happened. Of course, things led to, or something led to one thing to the other, and that's why it happened that way. He sat here, he apologized, but in the midst of tears, I mean, I literally saw him, crying. And even throughout the conversation, he kept on hammering about the fact that his wife has been a good woman to him, and he believes that marriage is a good thing. At the early stages, yes, maybe, oh goodness, I know that, look, I'm sharing his story, but the man still has tears in his eyes. And it goes on to tell you that marriage, indeed, maybe at the early stages, we all find it difficult. Listen, trust me, if people should share their stories, you will ask that, what at all is this and why should I even go into it? But he's saying that it is a beautiful thing. And the same God who started with them is the same God who has brought them this far. To have a platform like Joy Prime, to even share their story and also advise you, the young one out there who is yet to marry, who is in their marriage, who is going through that challenge and is asking, what should I do about it? And I really appreciate their story. I really appreciate their time here. But of course, I'm sure that their children are also watching. Since a Rosalind question, since I'm more quite sorry. Why ne di kan why ne etwen anamu nyina mo nante kwa sorry ebom because then there wo ejuma e wo so ye ono so wo na ejuma o ye wo ye reverend no ye prophetess mo ye ne say ya kwa sorry ade a e mani kan say time so say ya kwa sorry de oyi bia ojai de oyi bia ojai na ya attend to nyame adwuma no sanse nyame asema ye te say nyame adwuma na hwe awde akoso nti dru nyamedwuma na mekai mrebi yemi ni nya issue kakra ba ne ye kwasore yetikam a ye mo pepepe
ye ko nti the only my suban late na
wa ba benya no
ye nanim kakra me so sa na nkama ne nya ho
pe pons no ho
na nkama ne nya ho na so ejawa ya mama ma be dia me po magia tu nti etika no ye kasa kakra ye dro me ye adwuma na me start adwuma me ye dru ba bi no na was him hand over ma no me friend no wan kase manim kura enya but ntempa na ochipi in na oba mu no so awurade ma nsa so da
oh amen
nti adwuma na ye no one me ti asese nyama adwuma oti asese nyama adwuma ye apafo anase ye nkoa awunyame mu nti se nyame adwuma si enkoa na adwuma wane a edusu a meka cha me yesa wo de wo yoba ntitrafie me nka me renhye me nka me renhye wo nyame adwuma mu nyame started ni adwuma nsa obe ode ne sabe ka me but me nka nenhye ye duba bi a wo so oye na adwuma me ma no kwa ma ne ye na adwuma me nka so yo difo nti obegyi me manu nyame da bi anu nyame na de ma
oh nyame nhyiramo and me ye sure say obi bia wa hwe mo interview anase mo kasa ene nkoma ya bosi isi ade Bebrena have been touched. I have been touched, and I believe that we all have a long way to go. And I'd like to say a very big thank you to you for coming this morning, Reverend and Prophetess. We really appreciate your time. And I believe that once you leave here, thank you once again. And thank you for watching. I believe that you've been touched, you have been inspired. We're going to go on a quick break, of course. Let me say a very big thank you to everyone. Rosalind, big up to you always. It's always a pleasure to do this with you. And to you who did the watching at home, thank you so much. Remember, and continue to enjoy the rest of our programs right here on Joy Prime. My name is Doreen Aviu. Have a wonderful day.